A memorial service for the 7 miners who died at Sibanye Stillwater's Driefontein mine took place today. Last week, a seismic event at the mine near Carletonville in Gauteng triggered a cave-in. 6 mine workers survived the collapse. For more on this, our reporter Malungelo Booi joins me now in studio. Malungelo, so these memorial services and this kind of processes that follow a situation such as this one are never easy, especially with the, when you start to see the human face of the people who've been affected. Tell me about the tone and the mood of this memorial service.
That's right, Tulasizo. It was quite an emotional service. In fact, it was when the families of the 7 mine workers, there were candles that were lit and they had to blow them off as a sign that this is the end. That's when I think it dawned on many of these family members that their relatives are gone. And when one of the family representatives reminded everybody there that the people that have died are actually breadwinners in their families and their fathers. One of the men leaves behind 6 children, and they're from various parts of the country and also in Mozambique and Lesotho. They're from the Eastern Cape, in Bizana, Lusikisiki and Stegspruit. And also one thing that was said by that representative was that the mothers of these children will have to answer one difficult question at the end of the year. When their children ask, "Where is Daddy?" That's the question that they'll have to answer, because these men in December, they will go home and spend time with their families, and this year it's going to be different. And
one imagines that the mood must have been quite somber even for the workers who, those who still work for the mine, who are going to have to go back and work underground when, when all of this is done. And we've been told that everything possible is being done to assist them to sort of like overcome this trauma, that of losing a colleague. But also remember, some of these workers also survive this incident. We know that there's currently 6 that are in hospital. 1, we've told, has been discharged. Others remain in a stable condition. But invariably then, in terms of the kind of speeches that are then delivered at an event like this one, invariably they would tend to focus on the issue of safety in the mines, and rightly so. Tell me about the tone from the trade unions.
It was interesting. They were so united, Tulasizo, when it came to the safety in mines. In fact, we'll start with NUM, who actually called on the NUM's David Sipunzi calling on the unions to come together and ensuring that workers are protected, workers are feel safe. And then we had AMCU's Joseph Matunjwa saying that, already this year we've lost about 31 mine workers in this sector, and saying that it seems also that the country's laws are not doing enough to protect the employees. All they do is to protect the employer. Matunjo going as far as to say it's time we see mine bosses being prosecuted for these bosses. Solidarity we've also heard from them. They're saying that mine companies or mine workers actually needs to speak up. When a situation is dangerous, they need to say no, they can't go underground. And mine bosses need to respect that. But of course, Tulasizo, you can see who would actually say, no, I won't go underground because it's dangerous when your manager is telling you to go underground.
Yes, and that's an interesting debate that we've explored a bit somewhat in this past week about the provisions of the Mine Health and Safety Act. But from the side of government, they were represented by Minister Gwede Mantashe. What did he have to say?
That's right. He actually promised that there will be a health and safety summit this year, and also promised that an inquiry into this incident will take place. They want to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible so that we can learn, the country can learn from this incident.
All right, Malungelo Booi, thank you so much for coming through. He, of course, attended that memorial service for those mine workers who died in Driefontein earlier on.